wanted to come here, but he said the Irish Derby is still 9 days away. It's not impossible that the horse could do both potentially. So that's interesting about that one. And yeah, Gary Carroll, who rode Sir Sene earlier to win the Coronation Stakes, I said, so did Zahrann pass you? He said, yep, she got a good head and a neck past me, and then his filly battled back. So that's confirmation that the French filly did hit the front.
Shoving, so yep, they're
only lazily, they're in the gate and they're off. Amiloc broke very quickly this afternoon, much quicker than he usually does, and it's Galveston who goes on in the King Edward VII Stakes, aka the Ascot Derby, and it is Galveston and Ryan Moore out in front to Amiloc, who's going to be ridden far further forward than he was when he won at Goodwood last time out. Towards that one's outside is Zahrann, who also broke better than he did last time. Then at Wimbledon, Hawkeye, keen on the heels of the leaders, with Minhad through on the inside. Next is Night Walker. Then the red cap of Opportunity. On the inside is Regal Ulysses, and the back marker is Green Storm. And now they begin to make the long sweeping turn at the bottom of the hill through Swinley Bottom, and it's Galveston who has got the lead. Amiloc racing in second, just a length off this leader. Pushing up to the inside is Minhad in third, Zahrann in fourth, just over a length away to Night Walker, who is in fifth. Wimbledon Hawkeye around that one's outside is in sixth. Stealing a place on the inside, Regal Ulysses has now relegated Opportunity to be last but one, and Green Storm is still last of the 9-strong field as now they begin the climb. Racing through halfway, 3/4 of a mile to go with the King Edward VII, and it is Galveston who has set a searching gallop. The lead now is 2.5 lengths over Amiloc in second. Back in third is Zahrann on the outside of Minhad, who's now just been niggled along. Then Night Walker on that one's outside, Wimbledon Hawkeye, and then towards the outside Opportunity, who's far back, racing on the outside of Regal Ulysses, and still at the back of the field is Green Storm. They go into their next turn. Ryan Moore really has thrown down the gauntlet here, a long way out. Catch me if you can, cries Ryan. Galveston's lead is 3 lengths. Amiloc now is ridden to try and go in chase by Rossa in second. Zahrann made the turn in third. Wimbledon Hawkeye in fourth, and wandering, and is going to have to switch to the wide outside. It is now Amiloc who now goes through to take the lead. Galveston may have no more to give to the inside. Zahrann is staying on. Wimbledon Hawkeye and Green Storm from a different parish inside the final furlong. Amiloc and Rossa, their lead now reduced to 2 lengths. Zahrann is closing, but the post is coming, and Amiloc is all out. But Amiloc now is a perfect 5 out of 5. Amiloc wins in second. Zahrann, Galveston held third, followed by Wimbledon Hawkeye, then Green Storm, Night Walker, and then a long break back to Regal Ulysses, tailed off Minhad, and also totally tailed off was Opportunity. Another winning favourite at this year's Ascot. This time it is Amiloc for Rafe Beckett and for Rossa. He has won by about 3/4 length from Zahrann in second, Galveston in third, and then in fourth came Wimbledon Hawkeye. So Amiloc, the gelding, has taken the King Edward VII Stakes. Now he's raced 5 times, he's yet to taste defeat.
And on Derby Day it went wrong for Vimy Aykroyd. You'll remember our feature that day, and Pride of Arras couldn't get the job done in the Derby. Well, she's got a Royal Ascot winner, courtesy of Amiloc, in a race, Jason, where Ryan Moore said, catch me if you can.
Well, he did, but early on he's gone a smooth sort of tempo, and he had a lot of the jockeys reefing and pulling in behind, so they were wrestling for a position. But remember yesterday, down along the side, once they got round Swinley Bottom, Trawlerman, he started picking up that tempo from there, and Ryan has done a similar sort of thing, but over obviously half a mile less, in fact, on this occasion. He's done really well to hold on for third.
He has, but it must have been an anxious watch for the connections of Amiloc, I thought, because Ryan was really not hanging about. Well, he kept increasing the tempo. There were a few early that were pulling quite a lot, but Ryan kind of put them to the sword quite early, and Rossa was keen to follow, and I was wondering, gosh, you know, he's really hoping that this horse has got good stamina, because he was then left in front on his own for quite a long way, and he did keep finding, but it was close enough, I suppose, in the end.
Yeah, but this horse was much sharper out of the stalls today, Francesca, and got into a good good rhythm. There were so many, as you said, that were keen in behind. Amiloc actually relaxed really nicely for Rossa Ryan. I think it was just a case of when does Rossa commit and chase Ryan and start to close down on that lead. But his man has stayed extremely well. I think he was best positioned early in the race, and it'll be interesting to see what Ruby thinks, but I actually think early on is where Rossa has won.
He's got such a lovely attitude, hasn't he? Look at him there, head right down. He's just such a laid-back character, and he just keeps responding to the jockey's urgings. He's like, yep, I've got more, I'll keep giving it to you. And it's great because the Acorns have been a big supporter of Postponed as a stallion. He's probably a bit more known as a jump stallion, but here he is probably his best son. I think these are the connections of various different horses there, but they are the winners. There's Vimy Acorn with her daughter, and this will have meant the world to them.
And a frustrating week for Rafe Beckett's just got a whole lot better. He's got his 7th Royal Ascot winner, a 5th for that man there, Rossa Ryan.
So here's Rossa Ryan. Amiloc's just been having a few gulps of water, to be quite frank. I'm not sure whether this new way of taking photos is going to take place or not. Just bear with me. Yeah, we're going to do some more photos. So we've got double take. So bear with us a second. What a performance from the gelding, who holds some fancy entries. He's in the Eclipse, he's in the King George. You'd kind of think a mile and a half is his thing. But the biggest question I'll ask Ryan is how sweetly he travelled today. Rossa, this horse at Goodwood got called plenty of names and we thought he was a bit quirky. Today he seems sweetness as.
He travelled great. He's done very well, Matt, because he hated that ground out there. It was just too lively for him, but he's a tough and he's a hardy. And also for Mrs. Aykroyd, she's been a long-standing supporter in Rafes and a great supporter of mine. I'm just delighted that I could get the job done, and yeah, it's a plan well executed and it's prevailed.
Obviously he's a really, really good horse. Being a gelding makes it a bit difficult for him. He's in the Eclipse, he's in the King George. If the ground had a bit more juice in it or a bit more give in it, do you think he's a King George horse?
Possibly. I mean, he's had a busy enough spring, so he's had a hard race there now on ground that he wasn't happy on. Look, I'll leave it to Rafe and everyone at home to decide what they want to do, but he's done nothing wrong yet, so we keep going as we're going.
And Rossa, because of the jockey merry-go-round recently, you lost a whole host of terrific rides here this week. But you're an arc-winning jockey. The people love you. This will mean a lot.
Look, it's been a difficult couple of weeks. Losing horses, for nobody's fault, but it's just the way the cookie crumbles, and to get one here, everyone's over from back home, and yeah, it's just very, very, how would you say it, the pressure's off a bit now.
Seized your opportunity, well done.
And he is a gelding, so options might be a little bit limited down the track, but you'd imagine a return here for the King George would be a definite possibility, getting quotes of 9 and 10 to 1.